What is up, awesome people, and welcome back to my Pokemon X and Y Friend Safari Friend Code Exchange video series. Alrighty, so as always, I'd like to hit you all up with a discussion topic for this video. Out of all the Pokemon games released, which game is your favourite? So when I mean by Pokemon games, I don't just mean the mainstream Pokemon games like X and Y, Black and White, Heart Gold, Soul Silver and all that. I do mean like games like Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Rumble, any of those games. I'd even include Smash Brothers or any game that has featured Pokemon in it. So any of those games, if you like them, and they're your favourite, I'd like to know. I'm pretty interested to see if people actually enjoy the mainstream Pokemon games the most or if they enjoy the side games. And speaking of side games, I will definitely include Pokemon MMO as well, seeing so it is a Pokemon game, Pokecraft, or anything like that, just anything Pokemon related. It doesn't have to be an official Pokemon game, it can be any of those fan release games. If you like it, just mention it. Alrighty, so let's start this video. Okay, so in the last episode we went to Murray Evans' Friend Safari, which was a ground safari. So in this ground safari we did find 3 Pokemon that you can find in-game, but as I mentioned in the last episode, this is a great place to hunt down Dream World abilities and two perfect IVs on the Pokemon, which is what Friend Safari is definitely fantastic for. So Trapinch, you could find a Sheer Force 1 in here, and Huge Power Diggsby, which, as I also did mention, is freaking OP and can hit like a truck if you EV it and give it the right moves and make sure you've got the right IVs in it. So yeah, so Trapinch, normal abilities is Hyper Cutter and Arena Trap, and Sheer Force being its Dream World ability. Nincada is Compound Eyes and Runaway for its Dream World ability, and Diggsby, which is Pick Up and Cheek Punch for its normal abilities, and Huge Power for its Dream World ability. Okay, so which lead us to this episode, which this time we're going to be featuring, well, we're going to be looking at Baconator756 Friend Safari, and he has an electric safari. Now, this safari actually has one of my favourite 4th gen pokes, Garchomp being my most favourite 4th gen poke, and even though he is an Uber, well, he will go back into Uber, I can see it happening, and OU, I still like him. I do like the design of Garchomp. He is a dragon, and a unique dragon and that, but the Shinx evolution line, so Shinx, Luxio, and Luxray were my favourite, I'll rephrase that, was one of my first favourites when I first played through Diamond and Pearl. So, a little bit of nostalgic memory here. When I first played Diamond, I only went through with 3 Pokemon, and they were Luxray, Quagsire, and a Staraptor. So, when I saw this safari, I just had all those 4th gen memories come flooding back to me, and I just had to do it, because Luxio, given that it can't be caught in-game on Pokemon X and Y, Safari is the only place you can catch it, but at the same time, it does have a pretty good Dream World ability as well, which is Guts. And speaking of good Dream World abilities, all 3 of these Pokemon have great Dream World abilities. Pachirisu's, I can't even say its name at the moment, the annoying blue squirrel, that I actually don't like anyway, has Volt Absorb as its Dream World ability, and Stunfisk has Sandvale for its Dream World ability, which makes it a great Sand Team Pokemon. Pachirisu can be also great for water teams, as Pokemon with Thunder are a great threat for water teams, so you can also always bring a Pachirisu with Volt Absorb and just take that and be a beast. But yeah, so yeah, let's stop dribble-jabbling on about stuff and let's actually go in and have a look. So this guy's in-game name, or the name that'll appear on the screen, is Baconator. Oh, now I'm starting to feel hungry, because bacon, my god, food of the gods. Oh, so yummy. Oh wait, I'm digressing. Oh, but still, who does not like bacon? Well, besides the obvious vegetarians, but yeah. How many people love bacon? I'll throw that out there as well. Anyways, the first Pokemon we see is a Luxio, and I actually have my Gardevoir this time with me, so we can actually see which ability they've got. So this Luxio has Rivalry, which powers up, well, sorry if I get this wrong because I tend to get this mixed up. It either increases the power of moves if the opponent is the opposite gender, and it halves if it's the same gender. I think that's how it works. But yeah, I don't usually tend to use Rivalry. I tend to use Intimidate on Luxio using the normal abilities, otherwise I'd be going for Guts and going for the Toxic Orb. Anyways, let's see if we can find either a better ability on Luxio or another poke. But anyways, Luxio is starting to be attracted to me this episode. Alright, so let's see what it's got. It's got... Freak off! I don't want an ability! Go away, Rivalry! I don't want you! You're an annoying ability. Right. Let's see if we can find either the other two pokes or my Guts ability. Oh my god, it's Dirtfish! Look how flat it is! Someone's definitely a steamroller on that. Alright, so Dirtfish, you have... Static. Right, so... Static's an alright ability, I suppose, on Stunfisk. Looking at its second ability, Limber, my god, there's only like probably 2 instances where I'd be thinking that's probably fantastic to have on it. If you know a Pokemon's going to use Glare on you, or you know you're going to get Stun Spored. Besides from that, it'd probably stop Body Slam paralysis and Bounce paralysis, but besides from that, I really can't think of anything else why you use even Limber on Stunfisk. I mean, it can't be T-Waved, and to be honest, any electric move can't paralyze this thing. I don't even think it can be paralyzed, even with a move like Stun Spore or Glare. But yeah, Static or Sandveil I definitely would use on Stunfisk. As for Limber, I'd be definitely telling that to go bye-bye and jump in the lake. Alrighty, so we found 2 of the 3 Pokemon so far. So we got another Dirtfish, I mean Stunfisk. Right, so this one has a static ability as well. So let's run away from that one. Alrighty, so we're just going to keep searching. Another Dirtfish. It'd be pretty cool though, I was just thinking. If I find a shiny in a video, I would jizz. Usually, well, so far the only shiny I've actually found in-game is through chain fishing, and everyone should know by now that chain fishing is the easiest way to get shinies. I'm actually assuming anything under 100 is 1 in 160 chance of a shiny through chain fishing. Anything over 100 brings it down to 1 out of 80, which is still a really bad chance of a shiny when you do the math. And anything over 200, it should be 1 in 40, and it should just keep dropping down like that. But, well, they're the percentages I think it is anyway for chain fishing. But as far as finding a random shiny, then it's like 1 in something, 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 and it's just an unreal number. But I've heard a lot of people say they can find shinies in Friend Safari. Oh, nice, this one's got Intimidate. Tie for the Intimidate. So there's a double Intimidate going on here. Right, so I'm just going to flee. Right, so we haven't found Pachirisu yet. We keep finding Stunfisk. I can find Luxios, no problem, and Dirtfish just loves me. Another Static. Go away, Stunfisk. It'd be nice if I could find a Sandveil one. Alright, so up next we've got... Finally, we find that annoying blue squirrel. So hopefully after all that trouble it's got Volt Absorb. You had to run away, don't you? Run away! Alright, so Pachirisu, I'll definitely go for Volt Absorb any day. Pickup is a great field item, or field ability. I did use that in 4th gen for Pachirisu since Dreamworld didn't exist back then. Runaway is quite handy though, when you get up into the higher levels. Limber Stunfisk, that's terrible, go away. But yeah, as I was saying, Runaway can be quite handy, especially when you get to the higher level pokes. You just flee regardless of the conditions. There's nothing more annoying than being able not to run away. But yeah. Another Pachirisu. So far we've not found a Dreamworld ability yet. Oh, drat. I nearly got in 10 minutes, not found a single dream world ability. My luck is terrible this time around. Right, we have to find one sooner or later. Another dirt fish. Sandvale! Yay! We finally found a dream world ability. Oh, I forgot to revive my Chinchou from last episode. Right, well, I do have some backup, and I've definitely changed my team around. Alright, so I'd like to welcome to the party a shiny Wurtle that I got from, well, irony is, I've featured this guy in Friend Safari Spotlight. Annie fan Emery traded this to me, and funny thing is, when he traded it to me, obviously, I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and of course, like you are at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're half asleep. And I'm just sitting there on Skype talking to him, and I didn't even notice it was shiny until he said, "So do you like the shiny Wurtle?" I'm like, huh? What? And I had a look, and I'm like, my god, he traded me a shiny, and I didn't even notice, but, yeah. I did ask if he wanted it back, because I actually feel like a dick when I get someone's shiny Pokemon, but he insisted I kept it, so I promised I'd use it in a Friend Safari, so here you are, Annie fan Emery, I'm using your shiny Wartortle. So big shout out to my mate there for trading me that, and insisting that I keep it, even though I feel like a dick. Anyways, Stunfisk goes for the Endure, so it's bracing itself so I can't kill it, which is good, so Water Pulse should hit pretty hard. Oh, no it didn't. Did less than a quarter there. I'm just gonna go for the Water Pulse again. I'm thinking the Stunfisk has some nice special defense. So it's got Mud Bomb and Endure. So Mud Bomb actually hits pretty hard, lowering my accuracy there by -1. It's gonna go for one more, well nice, go for one more Water Pulse there, so even if I do get a crit, it won't kill. Go figure, I miss. That's not cool. So one more Water Pulse should do it. Yes, down in the red. Oh bugger. It's got Discharge. Why must they throw me off thinking they've got like... Oh, it's really annoying. I'm gonna have to catch it before it kills me. Right, so Ultra Ball, go! I should catch it. Oh, I don't doubt. I should have used a Dust Ball. Oh well, I still got it. So, Dirtfish was caught, well, it will be called Dirtfish very soon. So my Wartortle got a boost there in experience, and so did my Gardevoir, bringing it to level 33. So Stunfisk's data was added to the Pokédex. So, number 618, Stunfisk, the trap Pokemon, typing as ground electric. It conceals itself in the mud of the seashore. There it waits. When prey touch it, it delivers a jolt of electricity. And as I said, this thing just looks more ridiculous than what it did when it first brought out in black and white. It seriously does look like someone ran over it, and it looks even dirtier than what it did in 5th gen. So, for that, I am going to be calling this thing Dirtfish. It's not waiting, it's going to get called it right now. Dirtfish. Nice, it went through. In-game, Stunfisk can be caught on Route 14, which is just north of the glitchy city called Luminous City, but speaking of that glitch, Nintendo has released the patch for that through the eShop, so if you haven't already, make sure to check out the eShop and download that patch. It doesn't sound like it's too big at all. For those who can't find in the eShop, Cerebi has posted a little QR code that you can scan with your 3DS, and it will take you straight to the eShop where you can download it. So if you haven't already, go do it, because that glitch is quite evil, and I'm even too scared to save in Luminous City. Alright, so this bloody Luxio I can't find a Guts ability for. Alright, the next Luxio I find, if it doesn't have Guts, I'm catching it. I probably should have caught the Intimidate one and just left it there. Oh well. Alright Luxio, it's all up to you. Please have the Guts ability, regardless though I'm getting catching you. It's got Intimidate. I can't really whinge there, it's still pretty good. Right, so Intimidate will lower my attack and Luxio's attack by -1 there. So I better not switch because... Oh wait, no, I can just go into Stunfisk even though it's nearly dead. But that should go for an electric move. And Stunfisk should take it. Oh, it's got swagger. Rah! I'm so derpy. I'm so derpy. I shouldn't hit myself in confusion because of how much of a derp I am. I'm gonna go for the mud bomb. And Luxio is gonna raise my attack even further, bring it to +4 attack. So I'm already confused, whatever. And I get past the confusion, which is great. Oh, yes! And I didn't realise that was a physical move either, because that's nearly killed. Right, so that's fantastic. So down in the red, I'm gonna catch you with a dust ball. I've been meaning to do it now for a while. That is so cool. I forgot how cool looking dust ball looks when it opens up. Gotcha. So Luxio was caught. Alrighty, so Dirtfish got a little bit of experience and so did Gardevoir. Luxio's data was added to the Pokédex. Alright, so number 404, Luxio, the Spark Pokemon. Typing is electric. Strong electricity courses through the tips of its sharp claws. A light scratch causes fainting in foes. Want to give names to the court Luxio? I'm going to pass on that one because nicknames aren't coming to mind at the moment for it. Alrighty, so ignoring whichever wild battle I get here. Oh my god, if you have Volt Absorb, I'm going to scream. You're kidding me! So it's taken me 60 minutes to find one of these with Volt Absorb. Oh well, may as well end the episode out with a boom. Let's see if I can catch it on full health. 2, 3. Oh my god, I caught it. Yes, that's awesome. So Pachirisu was caught. So I got all 3 Dream World abilities. That's cool. So Pachirisu's data was added to the Pokédex. So number 417, Pachirisu. Electric Squirrel Pokemon, and its typing is of course just electric. And a pair may be seen rubbing their cheek pouches together in an effort to share stored electricity. Now I've just noticed I made a bit of a boo-boo on Pachirisu's image on the layout there. That should just be electric. I didn't actually realise I left the ground there. Anyways, give a nickname to Pachirisu. I had a little bit of a broken record moment there. Right, so let's get out of here and let's have a quick look at the poke. See if I actually got a decent nature this time around. Whoops. So Pokemon, and in party I'm going to have Luxio and my Dirtfish. Dirtfish, you're going to have Jolly Nature, which lowers special attack, and raises speed. That's definitely the wrong nature for Dirtfish. Dirtfish, actually, well, no, that is wrong because I need Timid. You need special attack on this thing. Serious for Luxio, that doesn't raise anything, so that can be good, that can be bad. At least it's not lowering anything. And we'll quickly have a look at, whoops, the Pachirisu. So Pachirisu had a sassy nature, and that is defense, I think. No, special defense. Raises special defense and lowers speed. However, it does have perfect IVs in speed because its characteristics is alert to sound. So that's kind of giving me a hint there. It's got some nice IVs in speed. Alrighty, so before I end the episode, let's head back to our discussion topic for this video, which is, out of all the Pokemon games released, which game is your favourite? And my answer to this one is Pokemon Emerald, because 3rd gen all the way, and I did mention something about Hoenn in one of the previous episodes, and so far from what we've seen, I'm just quickly throwing it out there anyway, we've seen a rumoured Mega Latios, so if that is true or not, that could be hinting on a Hoenn remake for Ruby and Sapphire and maybe Emerald. And at the same time, we've also had a leak event Pokemon for Floated, which is colour scheme of red and blue, which also leads me to think red and blue, Ruby and Sapphire, what else could you think of? So far those 2 things are kind of leading me to believe there may be a Ruby and Sapphire remake. And another thing that's hinting me that there may be a Ruby and Sapphire remake is for anyone who picked up the Pokemon X and Y strategy guide. When you go to the little berry section on it, where you go plant your berries and all that, they actually do mention there in bold text that there is, I think, 13 or 14 berries that cannot be found in Pokemon X and Y and needed to be traded from another region. Now, I need to probably emphasize region. If it was from another game, they would have mentioned game, but it's just funny that they mentioned region. Now, if anyone can remember, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire were actually the first games to bring out planting berries and be able to come back, water them, and so on and so forth. So that does kind of lead me to safely assume that we're going to get a Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire remake for 6th Gen. And if we do, I can see so many people jizzing and thanking and want to have sex with Game Freak and Nintendo. I mean, heck, even I would, because Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald were my favourite games as far as the Pokemon series goes. As far as any side games, as far as Pokemon goes, Pokemon Rumble was actually a fantastic series as well. I've played Pokemon Rumble on the Wii for the WiiWare, and I've also played Pokemon Rumble, I think it was called Rumble Blast. I've actually forgotten the 3DS title, but I have played that, and that was quite fun as well, and I think I played that for 2 days straight, finished it in 2 days, and then I got stuck on the high levels of which you do. Mystery Dungeon was also a great series as well, and so was Pokemon Ranger. It's actually pretty hard for me to pick a side game for the Pokemon games that I do like. I mean, I could probably discuss this all day because a lot of the Pokemon, a lot of the official Pokemon games are really fun. As far as those fan-made games, I've played a little bit of Pokemon MMO. Games like Pokemon Showdown and Pokemon Online as well are out there for simulators, for Pokemon battles and all that, so if they're your favourites, you can also mention them as well. But yeah, as I mentioned, I could talk about this all day, but I'm going to have to cut it there, unfortunately. So, that's it for this episode. So, in the next episode, I'll be looking at someone else's Friend Safari, and hopefully I don't make any more mistakes on layouts like I've done in this episode, and I do apologise for that. It is nearly midnight here for me, so I'm kind of a little bit drowsy, plus I did work this morning, so I'm quite tired as it is. And, yeah, so until then, in the next episode, like I said, we're doing another spotlight, and you can tell I'm already tired because I'm repeating things, but yeah, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!